What is going on, guys? I'm Nick, and today we're taking a look at something that's just a little bit different. Usually we're covering iPhone cases, things like that, but today we're going to be looking at some products from a brand called Chubby Cable. I feel like most of you guys have probably already heard of them, and if not, we're going to go ahead and get right into them right now. So, by the sound of it, Chubby Cable, they make cables. They do a lot of power delivery cables, things like that, and they cover a ton of different products. So these are these little nice felt lining packages that they get into, and they do have a few of these other hard shell cases with this kind of carbon fiber look on them. But let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with the first cable right here. So Chubby Cable did go ahead and send some of these over to me, but I have been a big fan of them, and I've been using them for a long time, even before then, just because I'm a huge fan of the quality. And look at this color. I'm a huge fan of having like some wild colors for some cables if you like to organize that way. You can always color code your cables. They come with these really nice ties on them, with a little bit of branding, as you can see right there. And look at this. This is going to be an extremely short cable. I like to use short cables for when I'm traveling and I need to pack a ton of them. But look at the actual like gauge on this cable. It's super thick. It's a chubby cable, so they do stay true to the name. This one is going to be a USB-C to USB-C style cable. I was going to get into all of the pricing on them, but there's so many different cable lengths, cable styles, colors that can affect the price of these cables. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and link Chubby Cable's site down in the description below. And they have a ton of different cables for you to take a look at. You can even customize your own, and then that way you can kind of see everything they have to offer and the different price ranges for them. So as you can see, this cable, it's a nice short cable. It's only going to be about maybe like 1.5 feet long. It's nothing too crazy, but again, I love having these for travel. Super nice green color and these silver accents on the USB-C connectors right there. You also do have a little bit of branding right there on the connections themselves. Just a little chubby branding, nothing on the other side. This is one of my favorite greens, but let's go ahead and take a look at the other ones they sent over, because they did send over a ton. This is that little packaging that comes included with most of them. Next one, the reason I wanted to cover them in the first place is because they don't just do fancy colors, they actually do have some cables with some really nice features. So this one, same little tag, a really nice blue, a longer cable, as you can definitely tell. There's that same chrome right here. But on the other end, this is going to be a lightning connector, so you can use it with your iPhone or Apple devices, and it's got a swivel built in. So as you can see right there, it is going to be able to move in case you're ever using a cable in bed. You don't want to be bending that cable so much. That's how we get cable breaks and things like that. This one, you can just turn to the side, have your phone laying that way, and now you don't have to worry about messing up another cable really ever again with that kind of feature. And you can just feel the quality behind these. It's super nice to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one with a pretty nice feature right here. So you get that same felt lining. This is a black cable. I'm a huge fan of the black cables just because that's kind of my whole look, those kind of monochrome color schemes. But another one with a built-in feature, USB-C to lightning right here. And as you can see, the tips on these look a little different than the ones before. So as you can see right there, let me pull out the blue one again. The blue one's a little more chrome, as you can see right there. This is a little more dull, but it has that sort of diffuse strip right there. Let me go ahead and plug this cable in, and you can check out what this actually does. So we're going to unwrap it. This one actually comes with a black cable tie instead of that brown leather one we saw before. And let me see if I can just get this plugged in real quick. So you're going to have to take a look over on this end. As soon as I plug that in, you can see that this is actually an RGB cable. Just look at that. So I know this isn't really for everyone. This is sort of a more aesthetic feature. It doesn't provide any kind of real use case, but if you're someone like a gamer or something like that you're really into the RGB look, this cable is definitely one to go for. It's super nice. You can also get the cable in a bunch of different colors as well. This is just the black one, so it stands out a little bit more. And yeah, it's a really nice feature. It's definitely something cool to look at, and it's enjoyable to have. But let's go ahead and keep looking. So now we're going to get into these hard shell cases. As you can see, these are super nice if you want to carry a cable and maybe a power brick or a few cables in here. You can definitely do that. And we get to take a look at another pretty wild color right here. This is going to be the yellow one, and we get to see another feature that they include, or that they have as an option, and that's going to be these little connectors right here. Full metal connectors, just like the actual connection spots. Another USB-C to lightning connection. Now I know a lot of these, they are going to be USB-C, but they do offer USB-A as well, USB-A to C to Lightning, anything you might need. You can also customize completely on their site. And then this cable, you can see it's a crazy amount of length. I don't even have my camera set up in a way that I can show you how long this cable is, but you can look at that one, and then we'll look over at the green one I started with. You can just see how much this is coiled up right here compared to this little green one. So definitely nice to see. This is more of a showcase of color. And then the last cable that they sent over, which is in this case right here, that I definitely want to show. As you can see, let me open this up. Definitely enough organization inside these pouches. See, you can put like a power brick in here and then have your cable stored, or 2 cables, however you might want to do it. This is one of my absolute favorite cables, and the one that I've already owned prior to this video. As you can see, it is a full black cable. You get the black cable tie, and then you get these black chromed out connectors over here. This absolutely looks insane. I've been using this one mostly to charge my laptop. It is USB-C to USB-C, and it's got crazy power ratings on them. Of course, you can also see that over on their site. That is just something that does vary between the cables. That's why I'm not getting super specific about all of them. And this one does have that connector. This one actually has a gold connector on it. You can slightly see the difference if I hold them next to each other. Oh, you can actually definitely tell the difference between the two, as you can see right there. And you can just see that chrome definitely shines. Something that I love about these is I toss these in and out of my backpack. I'm a student, so I do have to carry my cables with me a ton. And like the standard Apple cables, let me go ahead and grab one, and you can see, look at the gauge on this cable. I used to carry these all the time, and I was constantly having to buy replacements because these connectors right here, they'll strip, or they'll end up breaking from all the bending, and it really doesn't work out. But if you compare it to one of these cables, as you can see right there, that is just insane. I know these are going to be a little thicker, so they're going to be maybe slightly harder to carry, but in the long run, they're just going to last you forever. And you can use them with a ton of devices, obviously. You can go ahead and select what kind of cable you need. There's also, they do offer the different standard connectors, so you can use like an adapter. They do offer that in case you just want one cable to use with everything. That works out really well. And I know there are cables, there's not a crazy amount to talk about, but this is just something that I genuinely use and I really enjoy having in my kind of everyday carry. So I wanted to go ahead and show them off to you guys, and maybe open your eyes to the world of more cables in case that's something that you weren't already aware of. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Just a bunch of cables from the brand over at Chubby Cable. I'm going to go ahead and link them down in the description below.